I don't know what they do in there all day.
Me neither.
Hey, I'll show you. Come on, follow me. This is my classroom. Our class has a castle. Look at me, I'm a princess. We learn all about castles.
Hi, boys and girls. I see you're playing in the castle. What role are you playing, Noah?
A knight.
A knight. And how about you, Lucas?
A dragon.
And how about you, Natalia?
A princess.
A princess. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the role that Noah's playing. And I have a tablet, so let's go to the book area and we're going to find out a little bit more about knights. So boys and girls, what do we know about knights?
They have swords and
horse. They have swords. I'm going to write that word, swords. Oh.
It looks like it's
Oh, this one says king knight. Why do you think this one is called a king knight?
And they have lines to tuck. Open their helmets.
They have lines to tuck, and they can open their helmets.
And to breathe.
So why don't you write that word? I think you had mentioned, Noah, that they have a shield or armor. That's right. So that thing that covers their eyes on their helmet, that's called a visor. A visor. Can you write that word?
Look at this one. It has a bow and arrow.
Oh, so some knights use a sword and some knights use a bow and arrow. Why don't you write that down? Bow and arrow. So do you think knights really had wings? No, they didn't really have wings.
It's a Lego knight.
Do you think that's fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction.
That's definitely fiction, because Lego knights are not real.
No,
right?
but in real life there could be a Lego toy.
A Lego toy, that's right.
It's shooting
Are kings real?
along,
Were dragons real? No, dragons were never real. A long, 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 long time. But we still have some princes and princesses today.
That was my class. I hope you like it. What's your class like?
Thanks. I'm Lucas, and this is my school. Let me show you around.
Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, Miss Strudwick. That's Miss Strudwick. She's our principal. At our school, we believe that every student has a voice, and it's very important for their voices to be heard. This is the community board. Every week, a new question is posted, and students are invited to comment on it. It never takes long for the board to fill up with ideas. See what I mean? All right, let's go check out my classroom. So, you might be wondering, where are the rows of desks? Well, here, we believe that the classroom should fit the students, not the students fitting the classroom. Some people can't sit in a hard chair for very long, so we got this really comfortable couch. For students who like to move a lot, we even have a yoga ball. Some students even need laptops to do their work. For students who like to stand, they can do it at this high table. No desks makes it easier for a lot of us to move around. And these tables allow us to work together. Rather than keeping our books and things in desks, we keep them in bins to give us the freedom to move around.
Traditional classrooms were designed as a one-size-fits-all. During the Industrial Revolution, when we sat children in rows, it was to train them to go and work in the factories. But today we understand that children learn in many different ways. Setting up a room that can change constantly to meet the needs of every student has been shown to improve their success significantly. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Puccini.
What I'd like you to do this morning, please, is to read the poem on the smartboard called The Dawn. And then I'd like you to answer these 3 questions independently, paying particular attention to number 3. Okay? Give you about 10 minutes to do that, and then we'll talk about the answers. This poem was written by a poet who is talking about the dawn, literally, right? And the dawn is when the sun comes up in the morning. But do you think it's possible that he's also talking about something different? Like, is there something that the dawn is representing? Not literally, but as a symbol for something else. Nicholas?
Maybe since the poet was an African American, it might have been after the American Civil War when the black people got freed, that they didn't have to work for no money anymore.
Excellent. So, has anyone heard of the term alliteration or personification? Okay, some of us have. These are terms that are used often in poetry, okay? Alliteration, Princess Puccini. What do you think alliteration means by that example? John?
Alliteration is when all the words in a poem start with the same letter.
Absolutely. Okay. Personification. The sun laughed. What do you think personification means? What technique is that? Eric?
Personification is when you give an inanimate object a human characteristic.
Excellent. Thank you. You needed to be reminded of these to do your next task. And that is, you are going to get in groups of 4 or 5. You're going to come and get this sheet, and you are going to compose a group poem, okay? And how you're going to do that is everyone in your group is going to write their own line. So you're going to start, one person has the paper. They're going to follow the directions and write their own line.
Like a flying fairy frog.
Like a flying fairy frog?
Fairy frog.
It's like a frog like when
They swim in the deep.
And so fish they inhabit the water.
Swimming in the deep. There you go.
Stars in the galaxy shining real bright among the atmosphere, stars like diamonds in the sky. Pretty, sparkly, interesting, stars smiling down to the earth, stars in the galaxy.
Very nice. Thank you. Good work.
Hey, thanks for visiting. What's your school like?
Thanks. Hi, my name is Alicia and welcome to my school. You're probably wondering that my school looks a lot like my home, and you're right. Here in high school, technology is being used to make a student's learning experience between home and school feel coherent and seamless. Our schools provide a wide network for access to software and class materials. That means that when I work on something digitally at school, I have access to the same thing to work on at home. I never miss an assignment or handout because it is all online. What's more, my parents get to see what I'm doing online as well. Using their own technology, students are now permitted to access the network on their own phone, tablet, or laptop.
Okay, so today's lesson is on the law of conservation of energy. Of course, you're welcome to access the notes on our computers with DP Cloud. You can use your phones and access them through OneNote. But remember, your phones today are not phones, they're personal computers. You shouldn't be accessing anything online that you shouldn't be. That's called good digital citizenship, of course. And if you are going to take some pictures of our lesson throughout, just make sure you ask people that if it's okay for you to get them in the shot. And of course, don't get me in the shot because I don't want to be in the shot anyways. But today we're going to be looking at when you give an object energy, like a height, how can it transform that energy later, let's say, into a velocity? So in your OneNote, if you wanted to take a picture of this and take a video of it, you could add it to your OneNote. We could demonstrate it one more time. Copy and paste it into your OneNote, and it's yours on your OneNote in your library. So at the beginning, it's all EG, halfway through, EG and EK, and all EK at the bottom, because it has no height. That means it's giving off more joules of electricity per unit time. So for instance, if we're talking about a light bulb, it's giving off 100 joules per second.
This space, called the Learning Commons, is being introduced to more and more schools. It is designed to be a more comfortable and informal space for students to collaborate and use their technology for learning. Well, that's been a peek at future learning here at Dufferin Peel. And the exciting thing about the future is that it's always changing. Bye for now.